Oh, hello everybody, and welcome to the Econobox garage. The weather's finally getting to a point where I can get out for regular drives, but before that, I've got to do some maintenance on the car. I'm going to do an oil change and check all the other fluids, check tires before we take any longer trips. So let's get started. I'll get the bonnet flipped up and then I'll show you what I'm going to be checking. So I'm going to be doing an oil change. I'll be checking the radiator, checking the dash pots on the carbs. So I did take the car out for a little spin, and I did notice that I was getting a bit of noise from the tach drive gear. So I'm going to take that apart, clean it, and freshen the grease in there. I'll check the master cylinder. And what did I miss? Did I miss anything? Oh, and I'll check the rear end and the gearbox as well. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the tach drive and get that cleaned up. Well, there I have the gear drive out of the car, and I'm just going to disassemble it now. There's two screws. There's one here and one here with just a couple of nuts. So I will just hold the nut and unscrew those. And I have my little magnetic tray here. I'll just put the screws and what have you in there. And do the same on this side. There's the screws apart, and this should just come apart. And there we have the interior, the inside. The little gear is the drive gear, and the large gear is the driven gear. So I'm going to take this over to my parts cleaner. I'll get this a really good clean, and then I'll get some new grease put in there. Oh, I'm giving these a really good clean. Just dry them all off. And clean them inside and out. All right, so those are good and clean and dried off. Now I'm just using a silicone brake lube from Permatex to do this. And it's just what I have on hand. I'll lubricate the shaft on this one. This is the driven gear. And goes back in its hole here. I'm going to pull there's actually a C-clip on, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a C-clip on the end of this here. So I think what I might do is pop that off. There we go. Pop that off. Put that in there. And hopefully I can pull this out of its housing. There we go. And I can give this a proper clean as well. Now that the tach drive is all cleaned up and back on the car, I'm going to top up the dash pot oil and gap the spark plugs. Well, a little trick I learned from this week with cars, and I'll put a link to his channel in the description below, is when you want to top up the dash pot oil, you take the plunger out, which I've got here, and just push up on the barrel inside. It just brings everything up to the top there, and you have better access for putting the oil in. And I'm using Penrite SU damper oil. Now that I've got the oil change all done, I am going to replace the fuel filter. Just using a generic inline fuel filter designed for low pressure systems. It doesn't really make a difference whether it's a solid metal one like this or see-through plastic one. So I'll pull that filter out and put the new one in. One thing to keep in mind when you are installing fuel filters is that there is a direction of flow, and you can see where my thumb is there. There's an arrow pointing in the direction of flow, and there is a second arrow cast into the plastic. I'm not sure if you can see it there. Right about there. You can sort of see it. So that's cast in there. It's also printed. So make sure those arrows are pointed towards the carburetor. Well, there's a new fuel filter installed. I'm just going to turn on the fuel pump. And that filled up pretty quick. So let's just give it a see if it'll start. And there we go. And we have no leaks. And it starts. So we're good to go. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the air filters off and then give them a clean with, these are K&N filters, so I'll just use their cleaning system. And to do that, start with the cleaner, give them a good soak with that, rinse it out. Once you've got the filters all cleaned up and dried out, you just spray in some of the air filter oil. And if you're interested, I'll put links to both of these products, or there's probably a cleaning kit. I'm pretty sure that these two items come in a kit, but regardless, I'll put a link in the description below as to where you can pick this stuff up if you're running K&N filters. So I'll just get these screws out. Now I always try and put these type of clamps or screws where they're easily accessible for removal. So just pull that one off, and I'll pull this one off. And then I will get those all, I'll use the K&N products to give those a good clean. And if you're wondering where I got these velocity stacks, I'll put a link in the description below for those as well. These are made by Q1 Classic Engineering out of San Antonio, Texas. He has a very good assortment of custom pieces for Bugeyes and Sprites. In addition to these velocity stacks, I also got the front flip hinge kit from him, and I'm very pleased with his products. I have the filters all clean now, and the next step is to spray the filter oil on there evenly around all the pleats and then reinstall them on the car. There are the air filters all nice and cleaned up and new oil. And one thing I like to do on these ones is to get all the lettering horizontal. To me, that just gives a nice little finishing touch. So there you have it, a whole bunch of chores done on the car, and we're ready to hit the road. One bit of other service I had to do was to replace the battery. It was pushing enough voltage, but after sitting for a couple of days, the cranking amps dropped down below 100. So I've just replaced that. It's a number, I believe it's a size 34 battery, and it fits in here quite nicely. I know some people like to have the posts closer to the firewall. I have some rubber wrapped around the battery hold down, and the posts are far enough off that I don't think we'll have any issues with that at all. And in addition to all the servicing I've done on the car, I've also turned off the heater valve. We're going to be in the high teens, low 20 degree Celsius temperatures. So right around that 70 degree Fahrenheit mark. So don't foresee any need for the heater. Well, that wraps up this episode. So with the oil and filter changed, the air filters cleaned, the fuel filter replaced, spark plugs gapped, and all the other fluids topped up, we're ready to hit the road. Now, as this video is posted, it's June 11th, 2025, and tomorrow we're heading up from Calgary to Edmonton for a couple of car shows on the upcoming weekend. So that trip is about 300 kilometers, and we're just taking it easy, going secondary highways, and we'll be stopping overnight in Red Deer, which is about halfway, and just to break the trip up. I hope to get some video on that drive and from the 2 car shows that we're going to be going to. And I'll put links to those shows in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to share it with your friends. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget that little bell icon. Click on that, you'll get notified when the next video comes out. If you want to see where this whole Bugeye project started, I'll put a link to that video up in the top corner. And if you missed the previous video, I'll put a link to that one down in the bottom corner. My name is Ian. This is the Econobox Garage. We'll see you next time.